I have just got home from Perth, 5 hour drive, and I am really hungry, and the guys are hungry. My son's here at the moment. So I've decided to make my all time favourite, the one that I always go to when I'm in a hurry and there's not a great deal in the fridge, creamy tomato and salami fettuccine. And when I was in Perth this morning, I decided that's what I was going to make because I knew I had salami in the fridge. If you don't, you can use bacon, you can use cooked chicken. I've even been known to put a can of tuna in and some mixed frozen veg. There are so many things you can do with this recipe. It's a wonderful base. So let's start. Now, I've already popped it on my machine. So I'm going to my hamburger menu. I know it's a little bit dark because it's just 6:30, yeah. My week. And it is right there. Yum, yum. Start cooking. Now, I've always got grated Parmesan cheese in my fridge. Always. Right, when I buy it, when it's on special, grate it up, it's in the fridge, it stays in there forever. So I don't have to do this bit, which is great. And actually, instead of going next, I can go to, I press those 3 little dots, recipe detail, scroll down and go to number 2. Yay. Whoops, I think I went to number 3 then by mistake. Recipe detail. Yes, I think I did. 2. Yes, there's the brown onion first. I think it's something like half an onion. I just chuck a whole one in, and I've got my garlic in here as well because I know that is next. Okay, I'm not putting parsley in because my parsley has gone to seed. So we're leaving that one out. We could put spinach in later if you want to. That's always an option. Okay, this is going to be a bit noisy because we're going right around to speed 7, but only 3 seconds. Okay, next is my little spatula. And of course, never chop an onion by hand. Look at that. Why would you? Okay, so scraping down. Don't put your face over the top. Okay. Half a red capsicum. I think I've got capsicum in there. I've got more zucchini than it says. Don't worry about it. Just chuck it all in. Whatever you've got. By the way, I buy these odd bunch capsicums when they're on special. Pop them under the grill. So slice them, take out the seeds, pop under the grill, and until they're charred, pop them in a plastic bag, take the skin off, slice them up, put them in olive oil. I think I'll do a mix of olive oil and a brine mixed together. Pop them in the fridge, and you've always got char-grilled capsicum ready to go. Okay, next, and done. And we're chopping this now. And we're going right around to speed 5. The only chopping one you need, 3 seconds, speed 5. All veggies, chop on 3 seconds, speed 5. Beautiful. Look at that. I'm going to puree the sauce, so I don't really care what it looks like at the moment. The recipe doesn't say to puree it, but I just do. Next, done. Olive oil, right. Over here. To taste. Well, I've actually got light olive oil in there, so I'm going to add about, there we go. So I use the light one for mayonnaise. It's just the second press of the olives. It's still beautiful olive oil. Okay, simmering basket on top. Now this is going to saute for 3 minutes. What I'll do is I'll stop the video and I'll come back and do the next part. Okay. Okay, so we're back. It's done its 3 seconds of sauteing. So it's looking lovely. Just going to scrape it down. Next, it wants me to add 400 grams of Roma tomatoes. Now, at the moment, I'm just going to turn that back so I don't put it on while the scales are on. At the moment, they're not having very good weather up north where we get our tomatoes, and ours aren't quite ripe yet. So tomatoes are expensive, but we've always got tin tomatoes in the cupboard, and we're going next, right, nearly 400 grams. I could pop a little bit of tomato paste in, but I'm not going to worry. There we go, just about. Okay, not far off. While that was sauteing, I had some sliced salami, just cut it into quarters and separated it a little bit. 300 grams of water, not quite 300 because of the liquid in the tomatoes. So I'm going to do 250. Now, if you are worried about pouring a liquid in when you've already got something in there, you can pop a lid on without the MC, put a jug or a bowl on top of the lid and just weigh into that and then pour. But I'm pretty used to it, so I just go with it. There we go. Cool. Next. Now, sometimes you don't have enough cream, but there's always this in the cupboard, okay? Everything's in the cupboard. That's what I like about it. A lot of it's in the cupboard. I probably have got enough. And it's not pouring cream, it's thickened cream. It's whatever. You know, we don't stand on ceremony here. Here we go. Oh, I have got enough. Awesome. That's good. And tablespoon of veggie stock paste. Now I have to make some. I've run out, believe it or not. So I'm using chicken stock paste, which is just as delicious. I think veggie stock paste is lovely because it's got the herbs in it, but the chicken stock paste will still do the trick. Okie doke. Next. All right, we're cooking again. So I will stop the video because it's 10 minutes. You don't want to sit here and watch 10 minutes of cooking. All right, and I can carry on and do a few little clean up bits while it's cooking. And that's the great thing. I don't have to sit there and stir it and watch it. It's doing it all on its own. And there we go. Okay. Somebody really missed me. She's hanging around, he is hanging around my feet. I'm cooking. It's only got a minute to go. Yes, I know you can smell that salami, but you're not having it. No, you're not, and you've been fed. What is it? Look at that. Yes, that's Smoky Joe. Only got a few more seconds to go, which is fantastic. It's cooking, doing its thing. So all we really have to do now is add the pasta and the salami, but I'm going to puree this sauce before I do that. And you can always add other veggies into this and puree them. For example, carrot or anything really that you'd like to add. Spinach is a nice one to add to this, and I often put some basil in as well, which I should have done. I've got basil in the garden, I just didn't have parsley. Right, next. Now, okay, before I do that, I'm going home, and see how my recipe is still there for me to go back? What I'm going to do is pop the, I'll just show you first what it looks like. It looks just divine. Divine. Oh, all soupy. I'm going to pop the MC in, and I am going to puree. Now, the thermi doesn't like to go up to high speed when it's hot, but there's a trick. You just very gradually go around till it starts going. Keep going. And that's probably enough. And that's one of the tricks I show you when I first come around. If you purchase a TM6, I come around and I show you how to use your machine and all the tips and tricks, and we make veggie stock paste. And of course that's pureed when it's hot, and that's the trick. See how the machine has the red when it gets hot, so it's a safety feature. So children can cook and know when it's hot. Alright, so that is quite soupy. It's very liquidy, of course, because it's going to cook the pasta. So it needs to have a lot of liquid. Now we'll go back into our recipe, and we're adding probably half a pack pretty much of pasta. And I have got this delicious, just move my lid, curly fettuccine. So pop it in, break it in half. I know any Italians here will go, "Oh, do not break pasta," but you have to if you're going to put it in here. Okay, there it is, going in. What have we got? 200. Bit more. And you can use any pasta you like. Bow pasta, elbows, yeah, all sorts. You could even use macaroni if you wanted to. Right, that will do. I've got a meowing cat at my feet. Okay, here goes my salami. A bit more than what it's saying. Pushing it down. I shouldn't be doing that with the scales, but never mind. Okay. Oh, and I've got to mix it now to make sure. So this is when you do the mixing and get the pasta down. It's softened a bit now because the sauce is hot, so you can push it down a little bit more. And, oops, oh, goodness me, cat. Right, simmering basket on top. Take the MC off. And 7 minutes, 100, reverse, so it's not going to cut up the pasta or the salami, and spoon speed. Now I will show you the end result at the end of the video. In the meantime, if you want to get one of these fabulous machines on your bench, please reach out to me because I'd love to help you, and I'd be with you along your whole Thermomix journey. That's the best part about buying a Thermomix, is that you have a consultant looking after you. All right. Oops, I'm not going to click next. Whoops. Let's go back and start cooking. Okay, and I'll show you at the end what it looks like. Bye. Okay, here we are. It's had its 10 minutes of cooking and it's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Yum, yum. I don't have, well, I have very few dishes. A dirty bowl maybe. What I've done, I've popped some leftover spinach in my oval thermo server. Going to pop the pasta on top, mix it in, and I'll show you what the dish looks like when we've finished.